I've been using AI to turn my memories into vivid images, videos, and even speech. By describing my experiences, like growing up at RAF Larbruch, or that surreal moment at the cinema, I've been able to generate visuals and narratives that capture the essence of those moments. The AI helps refine my ideas, transforming my schoolboy English into clear, compelling text while keeping my voice and personal touch intact. It's like having a creative partner that brings my stories to life in ways I couldn't do alone. During the Cold War, my family was stationed at RAF Larbruch, a bustling Royal Air Force base nestled in the heart of Western Germany. It was the late 1960s and early 1970s, a time when the world felt tense and divided. But for us kids, the base was a haven of adventure and camaraderie. My dad and mum were part of the close-knit military community, and our days were filled with the sounds of jet engines roaring overhead and the sight of uniformed personnel going about their duties. But for me and the other RAF kids, life was about exploration and fun. We ran wild through the base, playing hide and seek among the barracks, building forts in the nearby woods, and racing our bikes along the quiet streets. In the summer, the outdoor pool was our paradise. We'd spend hours splashing in the cool water, diving off the boards, and lounging on the sun-warmed concrete. The pool was a melting pot of accents and laughter, British, German, and a few American kids from neighbouring bases. We didn't think about politics or borders. We were just kids, united by the joy of summer. Saturday afternoons were reserved for the cinema. The base theatre was a magical place, with its worn seats, the faint smell of popcorn, and the flickering projector casting stories onto the screen. We'd watch everything from war films to cartoons, cheering for the heroes and hiding our eyes during the scary parts. It was a ritual, a shared experience that brought us all together. The German kids from the nearby town were our friends too. They'd join us at the pool or the cinema, and we'd trade stories and snacks, bridging the gap between cultures with the ease of childhood. We didn't see them as different. They were just part of our world, our extended family. Looking back, those years at RAF Larbruch were a unique blend of simplicity and adventure. The Cold War loomed in the background, but for us, life was about the thrill of discovery, the warmth of community, and the endless possibilities of a summer afternoon. It was a time and place that shaped who I am, a reminder of the resilience and joy that can flourish even in uncertain times. It was a warm summer evening and I was just 6 years old. My friend and I had snuck away from the crowded cinema seats, drawn by curiosity to a heavy, unmarked door at the back of the theatre. The door was old, its paint chipped and its handle cold to the touch. With a shared glance and a nervous giggle, we pushed it open, the hinges creaking loudly in the empty hallway. What we saw on the other side stopped us in our tracks. The space beyond was vast and dimly lit, bathed in an eerie bluish glow that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The air was thick with a strange metallic scent, and a faint hum vibrated in our ears like the sound of distant machinery. In front of us, the cinema screen was visible, but it was unlike anything we'd ever seen. The film we had been watching was playing in reverse, the images distorted and ghostly, as if projected through a fog. The colours were muted, almost monochrome, and the sound was muffled, like whispers from another room. But what truly froze us in place were the figures seated in a row, facing the screen. They were grey aliens, slender, with smooth, pale skin and oversized black, almond-shaped eyes. Their heads were large and elongated, their small, slit-like mouths motionless. They sat perfectly still, their spindly limbs resting on the arms of their chairs, their attention fixed on the reversed film. As the door creaked open, the aliens, all at once, turned their heads to look at us. Their movements were slow and synchronized, their black eyes locking onto ours with an intensity that made my heart race. There was no malice in their gaze, only a cold, clinical curiosity, as if we were the intruders in their world. Behind them, the room seemed to stretch endlessly, filled with faint, glowing orbs and swirling mist. The screen flickered, and for a moment, the reversed images of the film reflected in their eyes, creating an uncanny, almost hypnotic effect. My friend and I stood there paralyzed for what felt like an eternity. Then, one of the aliens raised a slender hand, its long fingers curling slightly, as if to gesture or warn. The hum in the air grew louder, and the screen flickered violently. Without a word, we slammed the door shut and ran, our footsteps echoing in the empty hallway. To this day, I can't explain what we saw. Were they real? Were we dreaming? All I know is that in that moment, the world as I knew it shifted, and nothing has ever felt quite the same since. Thank you for listening to my story and watching the video. Your time and support means a lot to me, and I'm incredibly grateful to have you here. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I can't wait to share more with you in the future. Until next time, take care and stay safe.